Oh, snap. It's time to yap. And I'm your host, Big C. And welcome to another episode of Just Yapping. Yes, I know I've been gone for a while. I'm back. But if you've noticed and if you follow my page, I've been doing a lot of like little videos like fishing with my son, or when we were in North Carolina on vacation, I did a couple of we did a couple of little takes and segments on different places we ate and things like that. So it was really cool. So I stayed in tune somehow, right? And I keep trying to deliver the little shorts because I see that the audience loves that stuff more. They get motivated and stuff like that. And I try to do like my after work weekend little motivational sessions and little motivation spirit type thing, up to keep yourselves uplifted. I get a lot of great feedback. A lot of some of the stories that I get are really, really touching, really sad. So my hearts go out to you guys, and I'm here to, try in the healing process. All right. So I hope you all had a great summer. Summer's over. It might be the weather might be a little hot, but still, summer is over, and it's crazy because these past couple of weekends, or excuse me, these past couple of weeks, I should say, it's probably been like 2.5, 3 weeks. The weather has been ridiculous. It's been so beautiful, so sunny. The blue skies that we've been waiting for all summer. It's just insane. It's like the weather is like, obviously it's changing because I've been saying it from jump and we all know it's been changing, but it goes from like winter and then it rained and then right into summer. But summer was weird. Summer was like, if it would be like, a mix of like fall and like some weather, sometimes it'd be like raining and cool and cold, just weird. But and then now these are the days that we were looking for, like summer days, so beautiful. Anyway, and the nighttime is so cool. We haven't turned our AC on in like 2.5 weeks almost, and they're about to come out of the window because I know the temperature is dropping here in New York and stuff like that. Is going to get into the low 50s, and then pretty soon, a few weeks, going to be in the 40s. That's the type of weather that I love. My wife loves the same thing. My family loves it because that's when the jeans come on and the boots and the hoodies, and it's time. That time is coming. Love it. I love the fall. I love the fall and the spring, but like I said before, the spring, we don't see the spring anymore. But anyway, we had a great trip. All right, we had a great trip in North Carolina. We drove down to see my cousin, and a big shout out to them because they were fantastic when we were there. To my cousin Gussie and Yale and the kids Carmen and Nicole and Alex and Demo. Demo wasn't feeling well, so we kind of like didn't get to see him. But next time on the next trip, we'll definitely see you, bud. All right, but they treated us really, really great. Their hospitality is obviously Southern hospitality, but they were, via New York because they lived in New York first, but now they've been in the Carolinas for probably 20 plus years, maybe 25, almost 30 years, maybe. And then we also visited my wife's childhood friend that also lives in North Carolina, which was literally like not even 20 minutes from where we were staying. They were both, my cousin and my wife's friend were kind of in the vicinity of each other, and we went to see them. So shout out to Ingrid and her husband Lewis and her family. They treated us like forget it. It's really, really nice to see people, and the way they treat you, it's just so beautiful. And the people in North Carolina were just warm and Southern hospitality and comforting, and the food is so good. So a big shout out to those that live in the North Carolina, South Carolina area. We didn't get there yet. We were close. We were at a place called Carowinds in North Carolina, which is really cool. It's an amusement park, Six Flags type theme that we found out. And it was really, really nice. And it's crazy because they have a line that borders North Carolina and South Carolina. And if you look on the video that my son and I did, you'll see it. It's a blue, like a dark blue for South Carolina and a light baby blue, obviously, for the Tar Heels of North Carolina. So it was really, really nice. We had a really great time. Look at the size of me, man. I love the food. We love the food. There's a plate. Listen, if you guys go to North Carolina, I don't know how far in the Carolinas it goes, but I'm assuming that it goes from like the beginning, like the end of Virginia to because we drove. That's what I'm saying. We drove. It took us like 9 hours to get there. It was great. So we drove and we saw these places called Biscuitville, but it kind of dawned on us because we didn't know. So our cousin was like, hey, There's a place called Biscuitville. It's delicious. If you ever go to the Carolinas, it's they're everywhere. But I don't know if it goes. I'm assuming it goes into South Carolina. And if it does, just look for this place. There's someone standing behind like this glass mirror thing, making fresh biscuits, and they have hot honey chicken. They have turkey sausage, egg and cheese, bacon, egg and cheese, regular pork sausage, egg and cheese. I'm getting hungry. His sausage, but it's so good, and it's inexpensive. It's really good, especially come from New York. Everything is so inexpensive down in the South. It's great. It's so delicious. And then a shout out to my cousin's place that we went, Gussie's, and his food trucks down in the Raleigh Durham area, which is really great. They have a place called the Can Opener, which his truck is there, and they have it's like a food truck park, which was really nice. The lake, shout out to the people who live on or near Lake Jordan, which was beautiful. We went on a pontoon boat with great time. My son had a great time tubing with the cousins, and we went a little fishing. You guys probably seen it on the video. If you didn't, tune in and check out the video of us in North Carolina. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great summer. Again, it's back. All the kids are back in school. My son's back in school, football, all that good stuff. His first year in high school, he was a little nervous, but it's okay. He'll survive, right? We all, whether it's school, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new venture, whether it's moving or whatever, we all get nervous, right? It's just, that's the way it is. We're human, right? You all get nervous and you don't know the outcome. You have to make the outcome yourself, right? That's how it is. You're the only one that's going to find out what's going to happen next is you, right? So, and then at the end, it's great because the kids came home and they're like, oh my God, school's great, blah, blah, blah. Awesome, right? My granddaughter went out. She had a new school district, knew everything, and she loved it. She was more excited than any other kid that I've known, but it was really nice for her. I'm happy for her that she met friends and she's going to love the school. There's going to be a great year for her. There have been some crazy things in the news. I know, listen, I've said it before. I'm not religious. I don't like politics. I don't like any of the BS that goes on in general because it makes people insane, right? But I do have to cover these couple things because they were so interesting to me that happened, that I, in the past week, that I'm like, how in that can this happen, right? Social media is crazy, right? And like AI is taking over. You guys have to be careful. AI is misleading a lot of people. Again, AI can be very helpful, or AI can be very detrimental. It can hurt you really bad if you're not paying. A lot of these kids are believing what they see on this AI stuff. It's just crazy, and you can do just about anything. It's really scary. But on social media, right? There has been like the UFO sightings and all that stuff, which fine. I know we're not the only ones in this universe or whatever, but great. But they're taking it to other levels. One thing I can say about social media, right? It's a great information highway. If you like, something happens, you're gonna know right away. If something, is about to happen, again, you're gonna know right away. But then there's people that mislead us, they use us, and you have to be careful for like little scams and things like that are actually working out there. You just have to be really careful in what you press and what information you give out to whatever these social media platforms. Okay. Also, there are press this or get you'll see, and they're all out there, but just don't press it. Don't, because you never know the outcome. You don't want to hurt yourselves or hurt your family, or really be in a hole and you can't get yourselves out. It's very addicting. It's crazy to me how I can't type the word shit because it's against violations and all that other stuff. But and then if you look fast forward, you can see girls taking their tops off or showing their bottoms, or guys, showing their things, or the one you've seen them all get 50% off on your travel agency or whatever, whatever, the thing I was talking about. But and then you have jet set, that's it. But then you see people in the back on like having sex and do like, really, you can show that, but I can't say the word shit on TikTok, or it's just ridiculous. But anyway, um, moving forward. So you understand what I'm trying to say. Moving forward, right? So here, I heard it this morning, right? Here in New York. So there were these kids, and it's not too far from where I live. There were these kids driving a vehicle, and I think they got lost, like kind of like how to get onto a certain road. And they were kind of, they're young. They were 16 years old. They were young, and they kind of like, didn't go the right way or something. So there was a car behind them and did whatever, and they gave each other the finger. I'm assuming I wasn't there. I'm just what I heard on the news. Gave each other the finger, blase, whatever. So the guy road rage, right? And they were going back and forth doing all this other stuff. But what does the guy do? He brandished a gun, brandished a weapon. And who is he? He's a detective from police department in New York. That's dumb. Now he's on probation and all, not probation, but he's on like administrative leave with this and that. Like, dude's got a detective. You got a career, bro. Why would you do that? That's so dumb. You being a police officer, you should know better. That's dumb. Why didn't you just drive away? And like, what's to say that they didn't? I'm just saying, what is to say that they didn't have a gun and shoot at you before you got to? It's not even worth it, is what I'm trying to say. You guys you cops out there got to be smart, right? We get into like, higher authorities and that's it, right? So you guys got to be smart out there. I also heard, let me look down here because I got a sheet and I'm going to need these blinders. I'm going to need these things because I can't see. As you get older, you guys are going to find out. So, vacation, I spoke about vacation. Oh, let me go back real quick. So when we went to North Carolina before we left, driving back on the road, we stopped off at a Waffle House. And I know people are like, don't go to Waffle House. It's ghetto. There's fights. No. If you go at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it depends where, maybe. But when I went, the people were so beautiful. The people were so, so nice and so giving and very respectful and so all the Waffle Houses in the Carolinas or in Georgia or in Florida, whatever, just Waffle House in general, you have some great people working for you, and you should keep them motivated by upping the pay or getting them promotions and all that, because without those people that are there working for your company, the place wouldn't be Waffle House. All right. They do a fantastic job. And I think the lady's name who helped us, her name was Miss Misty in like the Durham area, North Carolina. I think the street was like before Miami Boulevard or something like that. You guys did great. You guys were fantastic. You guys, and the food was ridiculously good. All right. Anyway, getting back again, I talk about food. I love it. Getting back. Here go my focals. Here we go. So there has been a thing about drugs, right? Fentanyl. But I heard that there was this thing where the people who are bringing this crap to our streets, the fentanyl, bringing it in, they're lacing it with a chemical that if somebody who uses this stuff passes out and the police department or the paramedics come with Narcan, and Narcan is supposed to bring you back to life. I heard that this is an anti-Narcan thing that's going into fentanyl. So you young kids out there, don't play with that crap. If you go to a party and the kids are like, here, take this, bro, you're good, or you'll fit in, or not, you're a sucker, whatever, then be a sucker. Because then guess what? You're not going to be here if you take that pill. You don't even know what it is. I tell my son all the time, paranoid because of it. Be careful what you guys touch. Even touching it, fentanyl, knock you out, right? We've heard some horror stories about that stuff. Stay away from that shit. All right? Here we go. That's a scratch. Oh, Hershey Park, right? It's like amusement park and all that other stuff in Pennsylvania. Now, I don't know the full story. I just heard again. I'm just telling you what I saw on the news or heard on the radio. So there was a young boy, right? And you've probably seen it already. I'm just recapping. There was a young boy that there's like a monorail, right? That you hop on and you go from the end of the park to the whatever. The kid must have gone away from his parents, and he got up there. He got on the track and climbed and walked across the beam of this monorail. And people are like bugging out, like, like he must have been, no more than 5, maybe 6. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but he could have been, he could have been mentally challenged, but don't you parents, you got to take better care of your kids. I know we turn around and they're gone like this because it's true. Like you turn your head for 2 seconds, they're gone. That's how kids are. But if with those who are mentally challenged or things that have special needs and all that, you gotta lock on, right? And I think they lost. I'm not judging you, right? Because I never do. I don't have the right to judge anyone, but um to see that video and to see all the people that actually were, if the kid fell, there would have been people there to at least break his fall or catch him or do whatever. But I know that there was this dad who was like quick to act, and he climbed up there and, he gave his speech like, listen, I was up there. I have kids. I got up there like a superhero and went. He has to be commended. Kudos to him. Hershey, but and the crazy part is that the family wanted to sue, or they still want to sue Hershey Park. They're insane. Hershey Park should sue the parents. That's how I feel. Don't let your kids go any, by your side or leave your side and stuff. The Hershey Park should sue the parents, but they're doing it's crazy. People always looking for something to sue when that's their fault. It's insane to me. I was gonna say another thing. It was a Hershey Park thing. If you're listening to the cadets of West Point here in New York, right? The Army cadets, they're going to go and become officers to do their thing here in this country to protect this country, right? And I guess it's not politics. It's the truth, right? These young men and women out there who were brave to, sign that paper to go into a school where you're learning how to be an officer and command, right? Troops, maybe for battle one day, right? So this gentleman, he had a football game, right? Him and his dad were driving, I'm assuming from the game to the hotel or something, and they saw a car crash, hit a telephone pole. And if you see the video too, there's sparks and all types of stuff under there just before the car catches fire. The guy, the cadet, the young man, and his dad spring into action. And that's what the instincts of these young cadets and military personnel do. They spring into action to save themselves, save other people, and do all that other stuff. So they went and ripped the door open and all that other stuff and dragged this man out into safety until paramedics and police and fire department came. Kudos to them. Kudos to West Point. It's right up the street from me. And you guys are doing a fantastic job. You should commend that young man. You should commend his father, whatever ribbons and ceremonies and whatever you need to do it, because that's how you keep the spirit of this country and everybody alive. Again, it's not political. It's just saying what the truth is, right? And kudos to you. Kudos to your dad. Great job. I think you guys did a hell of a job. And that's it. And here we go. What's the last that I had? Weather. Right? We covered that. I'm sorry. Listen, when you get older, you're going to understand. You're going to be right with me. Gas prices, right? Gas prices are still there. Food prices. Like, we just got to listen. We as humans, we still just got to overcome things, right? We still got to do our things. We have to overcome the situations. We got to do our best to stay handy, right? To stay and be focused and keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. I know I've had a few people out there that have reached out to me that are having some really, 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 really tough times, and I can't say it enough. If you feel alone, if you feel like you need somebody to talk to and all that other stuff, I mean, I would say call me, but my phone would be ringing off the whole time. And I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody, but seek help. Seek help. Other people like, oh, it's too expensive to seek help. And that's really sad. When people need help, they go to ask somebody, or a doctor or all that other stuff. And what's the first thing they do? They prescribe pills. That's not the way to heal someone. You heal someone by talking. You heal someone by trying to help, right? That's the way you heal people. You heal people by being a comfort zone, right? Not giving them pills and being like, oh, just take 2 of these and call me tomorrow morning. No, that's not the way it goes. They just do that so they can stay in business, right? The pharmaceutical places can stay in business. Again, it's not political. It's the truth. But I can go on and on and on, and days for days and months and years. So it's crazy. On this episode right here, I'm probably gonna do another one next week and maybe two more. But in October, I can't believe it. It's gonna be a year, one whole solid year that I got onto this podcast, and I'm super excited and stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the 1 year episode and stuff, but I'm probably gonna come up with something silly or something. I'll keep you guys posted. But I love the fans out there on TikTok. I love the comments. I don't mind comments and stuff like that, but I do have to say, right? If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all. It's pretty sad that people have to worry about, right? I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying people have to worry about the content that they put out there already. And some people might take it as being negative, but and then you have people who are miserable themselves and add on to that, that little time, that little negativity, but they just keep going and hammering you. And it's really sad. Instead of uplifting people and trying to say, oh, hey, give me your hand, I'll help you. Nah, you guys take a hammer and you bash them in the head until there's no more. And that's pretty sad. Again, I'm not judging. I'm not doing anything. You're not hurting me. I'm just saying there's people out there that try to do their best on their everyday and put stories out there and do all that other stuff. And then you got people that just don't have anything better to do than just to bash you or bash other people or bash whatever. And I guess freedom of speech, nobody ever thought that it would be this way on computer or, in social media or anything. So they're just going to do whatever they want. But if you're going to be miserable, you shouldn't be on social media. If you're going to be miserable, it should be about positivity. It should be about news. It should be about food. It should be about life in general. But then you have those that are just as miserable. There's nothing for them to do. They just want to try to ruin your life. You're not going to ruin my life. You're not going to ruin anybody else's life. You're going to ruin your own life, and that's sad. So once you try to find the positivity in what you're trying to say or trying to do, and then maybe you'll be good to go. All right. So again, I had 22 minutes on here. I'm good. I hope you guys have the fall is here. Football season is on the college football is out of control. The dude that stole the chain from that other guy and threw it in the stands, he should be kicked off the team. I'm sorry, that's just me. You shouldn't be snatching chains. You shouldn't be doing none of that, right? You shouldn't be doing none of that. That's ridiculous. You should be kicked off. No. Give Shedeur Sanders a try. The kid's great. And his brother too. Why did you guys kick him off? That's crazy. You know what I'm talking about. Let's go. Shiloh, you're fantastic. I hope somebody picks you up, and I hope another person's loss is another team's treasure, because you guys are fantastic. All right. So anyway, I think I spoke enough. Let's go. One more year. Let's go Jets. All right. And hopefully I'll speak to you guys soon. Be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. And watch out for the kids, because school has started. So just keep your eyes open and stuff like that. All right. So until we meet again. All right. I'm Big C. Peace.